Alrighty. Good morning. Thanks for joining. If you're tuning in on YouTube and Instagram, I'm Josephine, and this morning we're gonna do kind of something similar. If you tuned in last week to like a moving meditation, which ideally yoga always is, but what I mean by that is just a little bit more repetitive and slowly adding on with each flow, but really trying to get into the breath and get to the point where we're really moving with our breath. So changing or twisting on each inhale or exhale. And because sometimes when we're doing yoga, I feel like we're so busy focused on if we're doing it right that um, sometimes the breath can kind of go by the wayside. So we're really going to try to focus on moving with our breath, which is ultimately one of the goals of this physical practice. So, with that, let's start by finding a comfortable seat on our mat. And that could be cross-legged, that could be hero's pose. If you would rather be on your back or in child's pose, feel free. And then once you are comfortable, let's place the palms of the hands up toward the sky, closing the eyes and just naturally starting to slow the breath. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest and the belly as you're breathing in and out. And noticing any tension or any tightness around the shoulders, the neck. And see for the next few rounds if you can pay more attention to your exhale. Lengthening and controlling the breath as you draw it out through the nose or maybe the mouth. And as you take a really nice slow exhale, focus on all the points of the body that are connecting down to your mat. Allowing the hips to feel heavy and grounded. And allowing everything that comes from that point connection to your mat to feel light. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. Really trying to focus in on kind of any natural patterns that come up with your breath. So if you start to bring more awareness to your inhale and then kind of forget about the exhale, just notice that. Or if you notice your mind just completely starts to wander, notice that. In your next, excuse me, breath in, let's reach the arms up toward the sky. And on the exhale, start to side bend toward the left. So I always like to start with um, side bends in my personal practice and in a lot of my teaching. Taking one more deep breath in. Inhale to reach the arms up, and exhale, side bend toward the right. One more full breath in and out. And on your breath out, round forward, making your way over toward the left. But this time, kind of staying more at a diagonal so you have a low back stretch. And notice if your shoulders are toward the ears, just relax. Inhale. And exhale, find your way over to the other side. And inhale back through center, reaching, maybe even really rounding through the spine. And exhale, walking the hands in. Feel free to switch up the cross of your legs or even just extend your legs forward, which I actually might do. And then let the hands rest naturally on the thighs, shoulders soften, draw away from the ears. Inhale, grow tall through your spine. On the exhale, dropping the left ear toward the left shoulder, stretching the neck. Inhale. Exhale, chin toward chest. And dropping the right ear toward the right shoulder. Breath in. And breath out. Chin to chest. And we'll flow like this. So inhaling to find length in your neck. And then exhale to draw the chin down, finding your way over to the other side. One more time on each side. And leaning back over toward the right. And back up towards center. So let's extend the legs if yours weren't extended and bend the left knee, draw it in toward the chest. The foot doesn't have to be really close. It could be kind of in line with the knee if that feels better. And inhale, grow tall. On the exhale, take a gentle twist over toward that bent knee. You can either just hug the knee in towards you or hook the elbow, and you get just a little bit deeper of a twist. Just make sure not to force anything. Two more breaths. And inhaling to unwind. Exhale to extend your leg. Inhale, bend the opposite knee. And then a gentle twist toward that bent knee. Again, either just hugging your knee in if that's enough, or hooking the elbow across the knee. One more breath. And inhale to unwind. Exhale to extend. Let's just take a really gentle forward fold. So usually I don't teach this one at the beginning of class, but we'll just go really gently. So not trying to touch your toes or anything right now, just warming up the hamstrings. breath. Your next inhale, slowly hinging back. And let's find our way to all fours for cat cow. So this one is always kind of the first opportunity to really align your breath with your movements. So stacking your shoulders directly over your wrists, hips are in line with the knees. On the inhale, you'll arch your spine. Exhale to round, drawing the sternum towards your pubic bone. Inhaling to arch sternum. Imagine moving the sternum up toward the sky. Open chest. Exhale to round. And do that, say 4 more times at your own pace. Of course, I guess our digital practice is always at our own pace. And noticing if you're rushing your breath at all. Really taking the full time it takes to inhale. So completing the arch movement slowly. And then taking the full length of the exhale to complete the rounded movement. And then when you finish off, maybe one more, we'll meet at center. So we'll do our first little flow, kind of incorporating child's pose, down dog, and puppy pose to really get into our back and our spine and our breath. So we'll inhale into cow, arching the spine. Exhale, round, child's pose. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out. Inhale, coming back through tabletop. Exhale, puppy. Inhale. Exhale, walk the hands back. Breath in. Breath out lifts your hips into downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Another breath in. Exhale, slowly drop your knees. Inhaling to cat. Exhale, child's pose, round the spine. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale lifts you back up. Exhale, puppy. Inhale. Exhale, walk the hands back. Breath in. Breath out, downward facing dog. Adjusting the hands if you need. Breath in. And a breath out. Another inhale. Exhale. All fours. Inhaling, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, puppy. Exhale, walk the hands back. Breath in. And the breath out takes you to downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. So I'm not going to do this next round with you just to challenge you to find your own flow. So even if you, and I say this in my in-person classes, even if you mess up or if you add on or forget about puppy pose, just see if you can flow with those 3 postures in mind. Maybe 2 more rounds through it. And I'm going to pet my cat while I do. While you do. And the important thing is to really draw inward, to pay attention to your breath, to to move with the changes of your breath with the inhales and exhales, and to not rush your breath. I'm going to come check in on this. And once you are done with those 2 rounds, let's meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So making sure that your ears are in line with your arms, your fingers are spread wide, you're feeling where you're connecting down through your feet, through your hands. The spine is long and not hyperextended, so think of lifting, leaning into the spine even here. On our breath out, let's bend deeply through the knees. Inhale to look forward and take 2 big steps forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, swan dive forward, lengthen the spine. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk back, high plank pose. Hold for a breath in. And on the breath out, either lower all the way down to the belly or the knees. And we'll meet on our belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale to low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, push back to all fours. And then back downward facing dog. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, lift the right leg. Keep the hips square, meaning you're not opening up toward the right. Exhale, knee draws in toward the nose. Footsteps down. Drop the back knee. Low lunge. So I'm going to stay with my hands, fingers on the mat. If you want to lift up here, you can take your low lunge that way. Inhale. Exhale, moving into half splits. One more breath. Exhale, bend. Find your way to high plank. And drop the knees. Lower down all the way to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Just 2 rounds this time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, moving back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale in toward the chest, footsteps through, low lunge on this side. Again, you can keep the hands down on the mat or lifting up. One more breath. And on the next exhale, half splits. Inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Find your way into high plank. If you want to do another round of coming down onto the belly, you can, or if you want to do chaturanga, that's where you lower the shoulders to elbow height, push through to up dog. Or I'm going to continue to do drop down onto my knees and do cobra, but feel free if you want to make this a little bit more challenging to do chaturanga to upward facing. So now that we got our hips warmed up, we're going to start doing a flow that we'll do several times on each side. So we'll start by lifting our right leg up toward the sky. Bend to the knee, flex the foot, and open the hip this time. Firming into the right hand though, so you're not opening up too much toward the right. Exhale, knee in toward the nose, footsteps through. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Everything is coming toward the midline. So super strong. Inhale. Exhale, swing the right hand back, twist. Inhale once you're there. Exhale, exalt your warrior, open up. Even if this is just barely a back bend. So wherever you can. Inhale to unwind. Exhale to move into triangle. So I pivoted my back heel down. I'm hinging forward. And my upper body is staying in line with my front leg. Inhaling. And exhale. We'll be here for a few extra breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, dropping your hand to your hip. Bend your front knee. If you have a prop, maybe a book or a block, you might place it underneath your right hand as we transition to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So guiding your hip a little bit farther forward than you might think. You can keep the hand on the hip. My cat is just watching me like shake. I feel like you're judging me, Gladys. Stop judging me. And then maybe extending the arm up toward the sky. Open the heart. Just one more breath. I know we were holding this for a while. And exhale, release. Hands come to the hips. Turn to face the front of the mat. Find your way into whatever vinyasa you want to take. And then we meet in downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the left leg. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and then open the hip. Again, really firm into the left hand. Exhale, knee comes in toward the nose, foot steps through. Rise up, high crescent lunge. One more breath. Exhale to twist. Exhale to exalt. Opening up. Inhale to unwind. Start to make your way into triangle pose. Exhale, hinging forward. One more breath. Exhale, drop the hand onto the hip just to guide it as we transition to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. If you want to leave the hand on the hip just to make sure that you're not kind of splaying your hip and your leg back too far, you can stay there or extend the arm up. One more breath. Exhale, release, slowly rising back up. And then pivot, face the front of the mat, find your way into high plank. Inhale. Exhale, your choice of a vinyasa, and then moving back into downward facing dog. And 2 breaths in down dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Open the hip firm and through the right hand. Exhale, knee in toward the nose. Hold. And then squeeze the knee up a little bit higher toward your face. And then footsteps through. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale to twist. Inhale. Exhale, exalt. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, moving into triangle pose. Inhale once you're there. Full breath out. We're here for 2 rounds of breath in. And on the exhale, moving into Ardha Chandrasana. So again, maybe using a prop. Just one more breath. Exhale, release the foot back down, rising up, and then swimming the hands down. Find your way into chaturanga if you want, or lower down. Once you're in down dog, 2 breaths. Inhale, left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, knee in toward the nose, hold. And then see if you can get your knee higher up. And then the foot steps through. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, twist. Exhale, exalt. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, all in this one breath, moving into triangle. Once you're there, 2 rounds. Moving into Ardha Chandrasana on your next breath out. One more breath. Exhale, slowly lifting up, and then cartwheel the hands down, finding your way into high plank. Hold for 2 breaths, so we're adding on. And then if you want, lowering down into chaturanga or drop your knees, take low cobra, and then exhaling into downward facing dog or child's pose. And so that's the flow. We're going to take just a little moment in between. So if you want to stay in down dog, you can, or stay in child's pose. In this next time that we flow through it, see if you can pay even more attention to the breath. So we're basically going to be switching every inhale or exhale. So one thing that's important to note is whenever you're twisting, just make sure to come out of your twist on an inhale. And then we'll stay in triangle pose and Ardha Chandrasana, for 2 breaths. So, sorry, my allergies are not cooperating still. Let's meet in downward facing dog. If you're already there, you'll start to lift the right leg up high. Exhale, knee in toward the nose. Foot steps through. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, twist. Inhale, find length. Exhale, exalt. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, triangle pose. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. 2 breaths. Exhale, coming back. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, flow through your vinyasa. I'm skipping it and I'll meet you in down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale. Exhale, knee in toward the nose. Foot steps through. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, exalt. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, all in one breath, triangle pose. Feeling the connections to your mat through the feet. Your next breath out, moving into Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, find length. Exhale, high plank pose, flow through your vinyasa. And meeting in down dog. Let's do it again on the other side. Inhale, lift the right leg, bend the knee. Exhale, knee comes in toward the nose, footsteps through. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, exalt. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, triangle pose. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. 2 breaths. Exhale, release your foot back down, rise up, and cartwheel the hands down. Flow through vinyasa, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, footsteps through. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Exhale to twist. Inhale. Exhale, exalt. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, triangle pose. Ardha Chandrasana on your next breath out. And exhale, releasing the foot. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Again, flow through your vinyasa, meeting in down dog. Once you're in down dog, 2 breaths. We're going to come into dolphin pose. Sorry if this is loud in the background. Every Wednesday it's a trash day in my neighborhood, and it's hot, so I have to have the windows open to air it out. So dolphin, you can either lower down onto your knees, first of all, if you want to set up that way, or lower one forearm at a time, or both from downward facing dog. The important thing to keep in mind is just to make sure that the elbows don't splay out, so they stay shoulders distance apart. And hold for a few breaths. You can challenge yourself by walking your feet in a little bit closer, making sure you're not sinking through the shoulders. You're actively drawing up and away from your mat. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, maybe lift one forearm at a time, coming back into down dog. Okay. And take 2 breaths. In and out. Inhale. On your exhale, we'll switch it up and bend the knees. Take 2 big steps forward or hop forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. On your exhale, let's take chair pose, Utkatasana. Maybe palms come together up overhead, bending your knees, finding length through your spine. Inhale. On the exhale, we'll add on a balancing pose here. So we're going to come into eagle. Let's inhale, bring the right knee toward the chest. On the exhale, cross the leg over the left. If you can wrap at the ankle, you can do that. Just make sure too this right hip isn't lopsided. So guide the hip down. Inhale, reach the arms up, bend the elbows, left under right. Wrap the wrist, hands draw up, and then away from the face. Maybe sitting a little bit lower. Two more breaths. Inhale, unwind the arms. Let's start to straighten your left leg. Bend the right leg. We're going to come into a figure 4 with the palms at heart center. I'm going to fall out of it. Leaning as far forward as comfortable, feeling a stretch in the outer hip. One more breath. Inhale to rise up, hug the knee in, and then shake it out. So let's do that on the other side. So inhale, lift the left leg up toward the chest, cross it over into your eagle, cactus the arms, this time right under left, hands draw up and away from the face. Everything's hugging in toward your midline. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, unwind the arms, bring the leg in, and then cross it, hands draw together at heart center, figure four, leaning forward, feeling that outer hip stretch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Your next breath in, drawing yourself back up, lift the knee in toward the chest, and then shake it up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk back, flow through vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. So we're going to walk through the same flow that we did just a moment ago, just one more time on each side. So again, just a reminder that the intention of this class is to really align the movements with your breath. So making sure that you're staying focused and present and intentional. So inhaling, lift your right leg, bend the knee, flex the foot, open the hip. Exhale, knee draws in toward the chest, foot steps through. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, twist. Inhale, find length. Exhale, exalt. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, triangle. 2 breaths once you're there. Your next exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. And releasing down, rising up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, vinyasa of your choice, to downward facing dog. Inhale, once you're there, lift the left leg, bend the knee, flex the foot, open the hip. Exhale, knee draws in. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, exalt. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, triangle pose. Your next exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, slowly start to drop the leg, rise up. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, find your way into downward facing dog, either through a flow. And then we'll come into that dolphin pose again, making sure that the elbows aren't splaying out. Walking the feet as close in as you want. Three more breaths, really strong through the shoulders. And slowly on your next exhale, dropping the knees. Let's take child's pose, releasing the forehead down. And take a few breaths in child's pose, noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing if you feel rushed or if you feel like You're kind of just waiting for the next thing to happen. And just one more full breath in child's pose. Slowly start to lift up. So I'm going to offer a few options. I really like reclined heroes. If you would rather just sit on your heels in normal heroes pose, this is a great stretch for the legs. Great to kind of encourage the ankles to be at this angle, so which can be uncomfortable sitting right on your heels. So if this is uncomfortable, just take a pillow or a book and sit directly on that. If you feel like you have some space, you can place your hips in between your heels. So my heels are off to the side of my hips. My knees are basically hips distance apart. And then maybe leaning back using a prop to place the forearms down on. Or if you feel like you don't need a prop, then you can place the forearms all the way down. Lastly, if you feel like you have space and you've done this before, you can scooch all the way down and then maybe reaching the arms up overhead. So I've especially enjoyed this during our quarantine, just because I find myself sitting in front of Zoom. So this really opens up the whole front body. We'll take 2 more breaths. Slowly starting to lift out of it. And then extend the legs once you are upright and shake it out. So let's extend our legs wide. And it doesn't have to be super wide. If you also have really tight hips or hamstrings, just sit on a block or a blanket. Flex your feet. So one thing about kind of the seated stretches is it can be easy to just let your feet kind of flop and do nothing. So you really want to engage your legs. Inhale, grow really tall. Exhale, fold. Keeping the hips grounded, letting them feel nice and supported. And a few more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Your next breath in, slowly walking the hands towards you. Let's find our way onto the back. Once you're there, the knees can hug in. And rock from side to side. Check. And then you can take a Shavasana. I'm actually going to, I just started feeling a little sick. I'm So sorry to cut this off, but please take a Shavasana, and hopefully you enjoyed this flow. Sorry to kind of cut it short, but I kind of woke up feeling a little under the weather. I think my allergies are kind of getting the best of me, but um, thank you for flowing. I'm Josephine again, if you didn't tune in early. And just a reminder that Flex and Flow has been offering a digital studio, so which is why we're um, giving you live classes, but we also offer Zoom classes, largely in the evenings on the weekdays. So if you can tune in and um, have the means to support us, that would be awesome. And Zoom is also fun because you can see the other people who are flowing in class with you. But thank you again so much, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Bye.